Welcome to Sunday Dusk, and here's your host, Corvus Twig.
Hello, everybody! It's me, Corvus Twig, the bird with the turd. No, wait, I need to. I shouldn't. I should go with that. And here's your cinematically clueless Corvus. No, wait, that's what Dreyford calls me. I'm the crow in the know. Ooh, well, that's a good one. The crow in the know. I'm smart and I know lots of things. Know about birds. Know about other things. You know, birds and other things. I'm the crow in the know. That's what I should call myself. I don't know. Look, well, it's been a long weekend. Let's ask Twig. It's the twig in a wig. Wait, no, it's the twig majig. It's the twig who's quite big. No, we're not gonna go that far. Well, thanks everybody for coming in. We're halfway through June, halfway through Pride Month. Hope everyone's having a good and safe Pride Month. Hopefully it's also Dads and Grads Month. Happy Dads and Grads Month. Today was Father's Day. Oh God, today was Father's Day. And I actually saw my father today. Just went up to my sister has a nest up on a lake, and we all went up there this weekend, and it was so nice. Except yesterday it rained all day, and then today it was like 90 degrees and super humid. But you know, whatever. We had some good food. We played some games. You know, got to play with the puppies. Stickle puppies. We got a Vizsla and a miniature Dachshund. So 2 cute little puppies. Plus there's neighbor puppies. That's one of the great things about being in a cabin is neighbor puppies. You get to pet all the puppies. Oh, but then also so many birds. Oh my gosh, there's so many birds up there. But like in particular, there was just this huge flock of pelicans. The pelicans are everywhere. These guys are huge. But also, there was a big flock of cormorants, and the pelicans and the cormorants were also hanging out with each other. Miniature Dachshund? No, Dachshund. Wiener dog. A little wiener dog. He's a mini wiener dog. He's like one of those cocktail wieners. He's a cocktail wiener. Yeah. They're good dogs. And yeah. It was real nice. It was real nice. But just got back in town a couple hours ago and had to get grocery shopping for lunch for the week. And then we're just like, screw it, we're just gonna pick up a pizza for dinner. And we like pizzas. But you know, the girl crow, she doesn't eat beef or pork. No mammals. But so what we end up doing is get take and bake pizzas of cheese pizza. And then we get turkey pepperonis, and we load it up with turkey pepperoni. It works pretty good. Get good pepperoni pizza, no pork. Yeah, it works out. But then, of course, this next week, starting on Wednesday, I'm going up to her dad's cabin. So it's going to be like cabin time, constant cabin time. We're going to be enjoying nice weather out on lakes and, you know, doing cabin-type things like taking pictures of birds and looking at birds and hearing bird calls and going on. Yeah, cabin fever. We might get cabin fever. Yes. Luckily, it is not a cabin in the woods. I've seen that movie. I know how that ends. We don't want to mess with none of that. Not messing with none of that. But you know, it's summer. That's what summer's all about. Getting outside, having a good time, and having good times with friends and family, and not having it be so cold outside you're afraid you might die, because you want to die in cold weather. I like being comfortable outside. It's better that way. Well, I suppose we should get ourselves to the news, So I don't really have too much else. Oh, well, I guess I have one more announcement. We're doing an episode of Twig's Missing Movies tomorrow night. I think it's going to be at 7 p.m. Central. And we're going to have Poonibon on, and we're going to talk about How to Train Your Dragon 2. It's going to be great. So come in and check out that and find out, did Twig like the movie? Or did Twig not like the movie? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? We'll find out if I like the movie or not. But I got lots to say about it. Oh. The sound alert didn't work. Why didn't the sound alert work? Oh, there it is. Wow, that was delayed. Holy crap, that was delayed. Okay, well, at least you're working. Better working delayed than not working at all. Let's talk about the news. Get myself down a little. Ow! Did you just get hit by a goose? And, wait, were you just redeeming the thing, Spentai? Was that you? Just doing the redeems? I think Spentai doing the redeems. Yeah, it's fine. Thanks. Oh boy, do we got some news this week. I was going to talk about another story about, like, last week we did the magnet fishing guy who found the safe full of money. Well, there was another story out of New Orleans where a person was doing the same thing, except they found a human skull doing that. That was tied to like a lifting weight. That's too dark for the news. I'm not going to talk about that on... Gosh, son of a bitch, I just did. Whatever. No, my first one comes from Denmark. And specifically, a Korean product that, well, is now no longer sold in Denmark. You ever seen this stuff? Of course we know this stuff. The Budok hot chicken flavor, the 3x spicy. Well, if you are Dutch... I have bad news. You are no longer able to get this product. 3 fiery flavors of the Samsung instant ramen lines are being withdrawn. Bulldog 3X Spicy and Hot Chicken 2X Spicy and Hot Chicken. And so all the hot spicy flavors, they're pulling it from the shelves. Yeah, I know, Lampy's going to be sad. This stuff is good. I've had it, and honestly, it was less spicy than I was expecting it to be. It's pretty spicy, but... It was definitely less than I was expecting. Like, I could handle it. But then again, I am a bird and don't have capsaicin receptors, so I guess maybe that's it. But yeah, the Denmark Food Agency issued a recall and urged customers to abandon the product. But of course, the Sam Young, the company, says that there's no problem with the quality of the food, and it's perfectly safe. And yeah, they talk about the quote from somebody was, "We understand that the Danish Food Authority recalled the products, not because of a problem in their quality, but because they were too spicy." But yeah, these things are sold in many, many nations worldwide. This is the first time it's ever been banned because it's too spicy. What they were really concerned about was children, people under 18 getting it. And they're saying that food that spicy can cause harm. And yeah, but Samyang they're not taking this sitting down. They said that they're going to look closely into the local regulations and figure out if it does actually, have any real reason to ban them. Because honestly, it's just like, come on, look at this packaging. Look at this packaging and tell me that you're not, like, the warning's there. You know it's going to be spicy. You look at that packaging, you know you're going to get something pretty spicy. This stuff is notorious for being spicy. And you know what? I think if there's Dutch people who want to try this spicy food, I think that they should be allowed to have it. And super spicy food can be dangerous, but I mean, come on. It's not like people are out there banning Carolina Reapers or any of those other crazy, or Pepper X now? Yeah, and it's like, yeah, you go into that knowing what you're doing. I don't think this is a kind of a situation where somebody would unknowingly buy this and have it. I can kind of understand that maybe somebody under 18 could try it who's not ready for it, but super spicy food can't be that dangerous, and yeah. Well, and I guess that's just what it's going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if this ban gets reversed at some point, though, because, I mean, Yeah, I don't know. Is there precedent for banning spicy foods in Denmark? I don't know. I don't know. Exchanging booze for Bolduc at the Swedish-Danish border. Yeah, I mean, look, if somebody wants to get this stuff, they're gonna find a way to get it. It just won't be sold in stores anymore. But that just means the people that want it are now gonna have to pay way more money for it. And I don't like it. I don't like the ban. I don't like the ban. This stuff is really spicy, maybe even too spicy for me. But I don't know. I don't think it should be banned. Bad move, Denmark. Bad move. Now, this next story is... Oh, well, first off, I want to thank Francis Mao of BBC News for the article, Denmark recalls Korean ramen for being too spicy. Thank you, Francis. I directly quoted you a few times. Don't think I'm making up these stories on my own, folks. I use actual news sources, but I want to make sure I always give credit to my proper news sources, as I should. Now, next one's also food-related. Now, I bet a bunch of you have already heard this story, because it's been all over the news this last week. Now, this right here is Joey Chestnut, considered to be the greatest hot dog eater of all time. World record holder. He ate 76 hot dogs in just 10 minutes. And it is one of the 55 competitive eating world records that Joey Chestnut is a holder of. He can scarf down hot dogs so fast you wouldn't believe it. Dunk them in water, eats them. Competitive eating is certainly a interesting sport, but there's a bit of controversy this year. For you see, Joey Chestnut has been banned from the New York's Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Nathan's famous 4th of July hot dog eating contest is the original food eating competition, longest running one, and perhaps the most famous one. And Joey Chestnut was banned. But why was he banned? Was he found to have been cheating? No. Was he found to be using performance-enhancing drugs or techniques? No. But you see, he wasn't able to get the sponsorship with Nathan's that he wanted. But another brand reached out to him, Impossible Foods, who makes plant-based hot dogs. And Joey decided to take that sponsorship. But Nathan's said that this simply would not stand. This is the Nathan's hot dogs eating contest. We cannot have somebody showing up wearing brand logos for a competitor's brand. And there, so far, they said, sorry, Joey, you cannot compete this year. We cannot have a representative of a rival company at our contest. And so Joey Chestnut will not be competing this year. Unless things change. It's a July 4th thing. You know, it's we're a little over 2 weeks from when it's there. Bentai's saying it's 100% fair. And honestly, I kind of agree. Like, Nathan's Hot Dogs is a brand. They are there to sell their brand of hot dogs. And they use this event as advertising for their brand. And if somebody shows up advertising one of their competitors' brands, well, I mean, that is kind of a big no-no. It is their contest. They do have the right to refuse that. Although the question is are Impossible hot dogs really a competitive brand for Nathan's? It feels like the people that are eating Impossible hot dogs are not the type of people who would be buying Nathan's hot dogs. If anything, the two should... No, Bentai, they are not a sandwich. Well. Ah, Bentai, you had to do this. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to go on a bit of a tangent here. I'm talking about is a hot dog and sandwich. Look. Have you ever heard of the thing that there's no such thing as a fish? How taxonomically, what we consider fish to be so incredibly diverse and taxonomically almost indefinable, because there are so many separate ways and branches the evolutionary tree has worked that you cannot taxonomically give one classification of animal the label fish without excluding many other animals that we obviously think are fish, Or if you include both of those, then you're going to have to, biologically include many things that we would definitely not consider fish. So therefore, fish is simply a term in common parlance and actual has no definition. There is no such thing as a fish. Okay, now that we've got that base work set forward, using that exact same line of logic, there is no such thing as a sandwich. There is not one single definition that we can give for a sandwich that includes everything that we would consider a sandwich, that doesn't include other things that we also would, or vice versa. So I'm sorry. There is no such thing as a sandwich. And only the use of the term sandwich as common parlance is all that matters. So the only way that something can be a sandwich is if, through the English language, we refer to that item as a sandwich. And if we never refer to that item as a sandwich outside of discussions over is this a sandwich or not, like is a hot dog a sandwich, is a taco a sandwich, is a Pop-Tart a sandwich? Well, have you ever called it a sandwich outside of a discussion of whether or not it's a sandwich? No, you haven't. No, you have not. Therefore, it is not a sandwich. It's only a sandwich if somebody would call it a sandwich outside of a discussion over whether or not it's a sandwich. Common parlance is what matters, not hard definitions of anything between two pieces of bread. I'm sorry, but that is my final say on the word, and if you say otherwise, I'm sorry, you're wrong. You're wrong. It's not the Bechamel test. That's if two sandwiches that have names talk to each other about a topic other than a side dish or something like that. Fuck, I don't fucking know. Oh yeah, we're talking about Joey Chestnut. He's banned. Yeah, I have a feeling that this is just a big publicity stunt and that he'll end up competing anyway. They said they're going to try and do it, but nah. The Impossible Foods, they said that they support Chestnut in any contest they want, but it's a lot of people have come to Joey Chestnut's side. A lot of people have come to Nathan's side, and honestly, I think they just gotta. I'm not sure which side I fall on this one. I think Nathan's is in their right to do it. I don't think they should, but I just I don't know. Maybe let Impossible Foods sponsor him, but he just can't wear any jerseys or logos of them. That would be fair. I don't know, but thanks Dylan Donnelly of Sky News for the article. Joey Chestnut, 16-time hot dog eating champion, banned from event for signing deal with vegan company. There we go. Now, my next article comes from China, and we've had stories about China faking things. We had the fake pandas that were actually dogs that were painted to look black and white. They were definitely fake. We had everyone thinking that the sun bear was a person in a costume. Well, that was not fake. That was actually a sun bear. But this one comes from a natural park. A beautiful waterfall at the Yuntai Mountains. A beautiful, beautiful waterfall that people would come to. And it was billed as China's tallest uninterrupted waterfall. Except somebody decided to hike up there and check it out and see the stream that led into it. And they found that stream. And also the water pipe that had been installed up there to have the water come out of it. The water that is pumped up. And yeah, it turns out China's tallest waterfall is an artificial waterfall that had been made using a pipe. A guy walked up there, and it's just some pipes. It's just some pipes pumping water up there. And this is I mean, I don't think it's sewage fall, Hasio. It's you see the water coming out of it looks very clear. But apparently, the reason they did that is because this was actually a natural waterfall, but due to climate change and lesser rains, the waterfall dried up. But it had been a place of importance, so they wanted to preserve the natural beauty, and rather than fighting climate change and, altering their horrific capitalistic ways and, making the planet better and more into a natural state, they said, fuck it, let's put pipes up there. because that costs a lot less money. And they didn't want people to go visit the park and not see this waterfall. Imagine someone doing that for... That's a lot of water pumps, Hasio. You need a hell of a lot of water pumps to... I think Niagara Falls has a slightly higher output of water than the waterfall that you see pictured here, the Yontai Mountain Park. But yeah, it's a 312 meter tall thing, so it's kind of hard to tell from that picture, but it's super tall, super tall. But that's a long distance to pump up water. But some people say they understand the situation, like, hey, why'd you have to go up there and ruin it for everybody? It's just like, because, But apparently another waterfall was caught doing this back in 2006. Not pumping it up, but they dammed a river to divert it to this, to do that stuff like that. So, China. Quit faking stuff and just make stuff better. Fake world is no world to live in. So thank you, Fan Wang from BBC News for the article, Hiker Finds Pipe Feeding China's Tallest Waterfall. Where are hermits supposed to train now? I don't know. But this last one's really cool. This one is science. In particular, genetic engineering. So, this is about petunias. Someone wanted to make some genetically altered petunias. And, did they want to make the flowers more vibrant? In a sense. Well, what if their flowers got, there's some plants with bioluminescence. And what if we were able to do that with petunias? Well, somebody did it. They have genetically created bioluminescent petunias. These petunias glow in the dark based off of their own natural, well, not natural chemicals, but you know what I mean. I mean, it is natural chemicals, but it's, through gene splicing and stuff like that. Kind of neat stuff. It really does look like night vision, doesn't it? Yeah, this is pretty cool. So they use some genes from fireflies and other genetically or other natural plants that had bioluminescence, and they basically, they do crossbreeding. Just put some genes in here, put some genes out there, use CRISPR, put it in the CRISPR drawer, and out comes bioluminescent, beautiful stuff. How is it science has done this, but still can't explain why kids love the taste of cinnamon? Okay, Bentai, why do kids love the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Because it's got sugar on it. It has a lot of sugar. People like sugar. They like sweet things. That's why they like it. Because it's not a healthy breakfast cereal. It's a dessert. It's just one of many desserts that has become acceptable to eat for breakfast for some reason. Yeah, muffins, you're just frostingless cupcakes. Pancakes, it's in the name, cake. And you put liquid sugar on it. Come on. Come on. That's off topic. There's bioluminescent petunias. Look at these things. These things are awesome. I mean, honestly, I'd grow them. I want to have some glowing petunias. I love light up stuff in my yard. I would love it if I have a garden, like a glowing garden, and God, that'd be badass. I'd buy these seeds. And, I think it's cool. Some people think genetic modification is bad, and, well, see, here's the thing. Genetically modified crops, it's a controversial topic. And it's one of those things where the technology itself is not bad. And you can do some pretty great and cool things with it. And you can do some pretty life-saving things with it. We can use it to... Honestly, genetically modified food is how we're going to feed people in increasing climate change with an increasing population. It's a good thing. But, unfortunately, in the hands of companies like Monsanto, who is... I don't remember what they rebranded to... It can be used for evil and has been used for evil, but it's more like it's just a tool. Genetically modified foods are not bad, but they can be used badly. Bayer or something like that. So it's just a tool, and it's only as good or bad as the people who use it. And unfortunately, most of its uses have been used by people with bad intentions. But I still think the technology is cool. I think glow-in-the-dark petunias are awesome as hell. I would buy some. I would grow some. I mean, come on. It just brings a little joy to the life. So, Yeah, they are white during the day, but at night they glow green. They're calling it the Firefly Petunia, by the way, because, yeah, why not? Why not? So thank you, Sasha Woodruff from NPR, for the article, Watch Your Garden Glow with New Genetically Modified Bioluminescent Petunias. Lovely. Well, that's all for the news. That's all for the news. So let me pop behind the desk. Yeah, this is time for a guest. We got a wonderful guest we got wonderful guests every week, but yeah, we got someone who's kind of a new friend, but I met her through Luna Miura. She knows Luna, and we love Luna. And I think they met in space because they're both space related. I think we can just have her introduce herself when she gets on here. Everybody, give a warm round of applause for Nebulux!
Wow! Yay! Hello, everybody! Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday!
Happy Father's Day! Right.
Happy
Father's Day to any fathers in the chat. And if you are not a father, make sure you tell your father Happy Father's Day, or he will remember it forever.
We celebrate whether you're, your father, your actual father, your grandfather, perhaps somebody who was just a good father figure to you, or, maybe just somebody, who is really good at making dad jokes. We honor them all
that counts. Definitely.
Yeah. Well, welcome onto the show. How the heck are you?
Yeah, happy to be here. I'm very excited. It's my first talk show, so
your first talk show.
Hopefully I don't completely bomb it and make a fool of myself, saying all sorts of idiotic things. I guess that's just par for the course, though.
I guess I got to reach out to the other talk show hosts I know and say, hey, reach out to Nebulux. Get around. Yeah, I was on. There's another VTuber who does a talk show, and I was on her show, and the next week she was on my show. It worked out.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So, Nebulux.
Recycling. Yes.
You're named after a nebula, obviously.
Well, not really. I'm not named after the nebula. No. Oh, sorry. I do advertise myself as family friendly. I did not realize that you swore, so I didn't mention it to you earlier, and I apologize for that. But if it's okay and it doesn't completely inconvenience you, I will try to be
a good bird. I will try to be a good bird. Did I
I'm sorry, I really should have mentioned it before.
Did I swear during the news? I might have.
Maybe a bit.
Well, I'll try to be clean. We're gonna be a clean bird, no dirty bird this time.
Thank you. I appreciate it. No, I mean the name. So the name actually comes from. I was given my name by the aliens that I hang out with.
Luna?
So they... No, not Luna. Although I guess she is an alien I hang out with. No, so, there's like... Should I just, go through my lore? Would that make things easier?
We want to hear the lore.
Okay. So, I was an astronaut, and I was on an interstellar exploratory mission, and our ship ran into a pocket of something called NebuluxEN energy. And I think that the nebule comes from it's primarily found in nebulas, but yeah. That's just what they call it. And so yeah, our ship wasn't built to withstand the energy, and it kind of exploded, and all hands on board died, except for me, because I happened to be out doing a spacewalk, doing some repairs, so I already had my suit on. So when the explosion happened, I was lucky enough to be shielded behind a big piece of metal, and yeah, so I floated out in the pocket of NebuluxEN energy for a while, and my body just kind of absorbed it while I was out there. And then a spaceship that was crewed by a bunch of alien scientists who were studying the NebuluxEN energy came by because they saw the ship, and they tried to warn them, and they couldn't get the warning out to them in time because, they didn't do radio and we didn't do whatever quantum tunneling communication they did. So they saw the ship blow up, and they were like rushing to try to get to it in time, and they couldn't. But they stopped at the ship to see if they could help out, and they picked me up because I was the only survivor. And then so as you can see, I got space frostbite going on here. Got like stars on my hands, and like I got a big old purple thing coming out of my head. That's hair. That my body just now produces the NebuluxEN energy, so it kind of like explodes out. Like, I used to not be a redhead. I was not born a redhead. I had normal colored freckles as a normal human, but the exposure to the energy changed the colors. And my body now produces so much energy that it just kind of manifests itself in all of this spacey stuff. So the aliens referred to me as the NebuluxEN human, and I'm like, Nebulux? That's too hard. I'll just call me Nebulux.
Nebulux.
And that's where it came from. So me streaming is me calling home to Earth every week.
Yay. Do you recharge your own phone, Hasio asks.
Not yet, but the aliens are... The whole reason why they were out there studying the energy is because they do want to make it a source of energy for their own technology. So they are trying to incorporate their tech, so maybe one day I could charge an alien phone. But currently, no, they're still studying it.
All I know is that, like, based off your appearance, I think you need to get some sort of sponsorship deal with, like, Dairy Queen or some other, like, smoothie place, because, like, with the sprinkles and colors, and have, like, orange and purple drink with, like, the sprinkle colors of your freckles. I think you could make a very delicious dessert based off of your color scheme.
Oh, heck yeah.
Or a flavor of Mountain Dew.
Yes. Funny you should mention that.
Yeah, so one thing that came up before we were talking was Nebulux's love of Mountain Dew. And
yeah, let's call it that.
Well, I mean, to just show a picture from one of your streams, I could only imagine that during this stream you drank all of these?
Not quite. I have... So this is an accumulation of a collection that has built up over time. That probably took me like 5 or 6 streams to drink all of those. But yeah, I'll drink like 4 or 5 different flavors.
That's still a lot of Mountain Dew for 5 or 6 streams.
Yeah.
But of course, you had a little bit left over of the Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew, and so we got a can right here that you've given me. So I'll be sipping on this throughout the course of the night.
Nice. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah. Thank you for the Mountain Dew. It's honestly, I've had it before, and it's like, okay, it's flaming hot Mountain Dew. That sounds disgusting. It does. Surprisingly kind of good. Like it's almost like, what would you say? Like, it's kind of got like a cherry flavor with like a little bit of heat to it. It's like a sweet and spicy drink. Yeah,
the way I would describe it is like the carbonation bubbles are a lot sharper than average. Like the carbonation like feels like little needles in your tongue, or at least that's how I perceived it. But yeah, I chose to give you a can of Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew because that is the Mountain Dew flavor that got me started on the whole Mountain Dew journey, because some viewers were like, you do know Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew is a thing, right? And I'm like, no, I refuse to believe this. There's no way Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew exists. That's okay. I saw you get beamed by a peanut.
Yeah, it happens. They come from everywhere.
Yeah, so
Probably
my
the peanut
curiosity...
mostly. Sorry.
But yeah, no, my curiosity was piqued, and I got some Mountain Dew teleported over to, back then I was still on the alien spacecraft. Since then, I've made planetfall on their homeland, but, yeah, had it teleported to the spacecraft, and tried it, and I'm like, wow, okay, and it took me, like, so long to, like, get my hands on it. Like, by that point, I was really curious, like, what are all these other flavors of Mountain Dew? So I tried the other flavors, and then before you knew it, I turned into a Pokemon master. I gotta catch them all. So it's my goal on stream to sample every Mountain Dew flavor, and I have made a tier list of them, but it's not a recent one. So I gotta update it. Yeah, I'll see if I can.
What do you remember having near the top? What do you think some of the best ones are?
S tier, my personal favorite is what is it called? Cherry citrus. No, it's citrus cherry, which will be making a comeback later on this year. So you can't get it now, but you should be able to get it in the future. Citrus cherry. It's like one of the game fuel, I think.
I've never heard of that flavor, but
type.
it sounds good.
Tastes like fruit gushers or something. Another one I really like. I like the ones. Mountain Dew, I've noticed, is very good at being accurate to flavors. Like, they had a honeydew one that was Canada exclusive. And that one actually tastes like you were just drinking honeydew melon juice. Like, it was incredibly accurate how they got the taste.
Yeah, well, like, their Major Melon might be my favorite. I love Major Melon.
That one's good. That one is good. How do I say this guy's name? Bentar VT?
Just say Bentai. It's Bentai.
Bentai.
Yeah.
Bentai. Got it.
Yeah.
Yes, where does Code Red fall? F tier. I don't like Code Red. Well, it just tastes like generic cherry. Like, I don't know.
Yes, it is Cringy Kronk. It is the NebuluxEN. Yes. Yeah,
hey,
that's
welcome on in,
like,
Kronk.
I wonder how many different flavors of Mountain Dew have there been? Because you were talking about there's tons of discontinued flavors.
A lot. Yeah, I'll never be able to taste all of the discontinueds. I don't know. There's apparently a Mountain Dew wiki, which I stumbled across. So yeah, there are many pages.
Yeah, well, I mean, I do my patented Sunday Dusk quizzes. God, I should have done one on Mountain Dew. Although if I did with you, you might. But I think I might have to do that in the future for somebody else who.
There you go. Ideas for quizzes.
Yeah. I was mentioning like a little bit before stream, it's just like my favorite Mountain Dew flavor ever is, I don't remember what it was called, but it was a lime flavored one. They were doing a contest, and it was like in 2004, 2005, where they had like a grape flavored one, they had the lime flavored one, and then they had whitewash, and I think whitewash was like, I don't know, it was just kind of like citrusy. I don't know, it was like pineapple-y citrus or something, but it was white. It was almost like cloudy white. And it was decent. It was pretty good. And that's the one that ended up winning. But the lime one, oh my gosh, it was so good. It was like the best lime-flavored soda I've ever had. But once the contest ended, you could no longer get it. Because they sold all 3 flavors. And then it's like, try them all. And then vote online for your favorite one. And every time you vote, you have a chance to win something in a contest or something.
I don't know who decided to call it whitewash, because I'm sorry if this grosses you out, but I hear that like attached to a Mountain Dew, and all I can think of is backwash.
Oh, see, I was thinking more like whitewash that you would use to like stain wood white.
That too. I mean, like yeah, why would you call a Mountain Dew flavor that?
And so it's just like, it's like paint flavor, delicious. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. But yeah, I'm just looking at your image here, and it's like the one that I was most curious to try, but never did, was the fruitcake version.
That one was very expired when I got it. It wasn't that great. And I don't know if that's because it was expired or if that's because it was just not a great flavor, but I didn't really like it.
I think a lot of people are just happy that they finally started selling Baja Blast outside of Taco Bell.
Oh yeah, I've been a big Baja Blast fiend my whole life, pretty much. Even before my Mountain Dew obsession.
Ah. Now, are there any sodas other than Mountain Dews that you happen to really like, or it's
yeah, actually. I like the sparkling ices. They come in like these really tall bottles. They're usually $1 per bottle, unless you buy them in like bulk, and then they're a little less. They're like sparkling waters, but they don't taste bad like sparkling water does.
Hey, I like sparkling water. I'm drinking a sparkling water right now.
Oh God, my condolences. No, I don't. Sparkling water just tastes like sad carbonation to me. Like there's not a lot of flavor. But the sparkling ice brand has a lot of like fruit flavored sparkling water where it's very fruity and it doesn't taste as like sugar packed as soda does, or pop, or whatever you call it. But you still get that carbonation and the sugary fruit flavor. Like, so I really like that.
Yeah,
it's a good balance.
I think they use artificial sweeteners, that like 0-calorie artificial sweeteners.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but they don't use that much. They're not as sweet as like a diet soda.
Yeah, I successfully. Oh, go ahead.
They're doing
Go
really
ahead.
good things with diet sodas these days. It's not like the days of Diet Pepsi and Diet Coke where it's just like it's very clear aspartame flavor. They're making
Oh
some of the
yeah.
diets taste almost like the originals these days. Like
Well,
the diet Major Melon to me basically just tastes like Major Melon.
I haven't tried Diet Major Melon, but I have compared Diet Mountain Dew and Diet Baja Blast to their original. Like I had both bottles and would sip them one after the other and compare them. Personally, I don't really like the diet ones compared to the normal ones,
Well,
but
like
the flavors are similar, I guess.
Diet Mountain Dew kind of has its own flavor, whereas like Mountain Dew Zero Sugar tastes more like regular Mountain Dew, if that makes sense. It's kind of like the Zero brand. I don't know. These PepsiCo food scientists are. I mean, we talk about how many flavors of Mountain Dew there are and how many there have been. How many flavors of Mountain Dew did they come up with that never saw the light of day? That never got past
Ooh,
the food testers?
good question. Probably a lot because they release like new flavors of Mountain Dew like pretty regularly every year.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be like some people that are just making concoctions. Like that's their job is to just make new flavors of soda and test them out and be like, can we market this? And sometimes yes, sometimes no. And there's like some of these, it's just like, does it ever take? I mean, it feels like Code Red. Can you still even get Code Red?
Oh
Remember,
yeah,
that's
I
been
don't
a-
think that one's discontinued.
And
I
then,
think that's still available.
and then like the orange one, LimeWire. That feels like that comes and goes, but it's always kind of there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, I just yeah. I
such
think
is life.
Livewire is still there, but it's harder to find. I think only certain places have it. Like it's I don't know, exclusive to specific stores or something like that. I don't know.
I like the ones that are like bright blue flavored because then you can like get a bottle of Windex and completely clean it out and then fill it with that and then make people think you're drinking Windex.
Nice. I approve. This is what you're supposed to use Windex bottles for. Or
Yes.
people who put like vanilla pudding in mayonnaise bottles and just like eat the pudding straight out of the mayonnaise.
Oh God. So I was at like some sort of like this is when I was like in high school or middle school or something. I think I was in middle school and we were at a buffet. And at the buffet there was a big thing full of chocolate pudding. And nearby,
Mhm.
not adjacent to, but nearby, there was also a tub full of mayonnaise. And one of my friends thought that the
Oh
mayonnaise
no.
was vanilla pudding.
Oh no.
And so got a big old scoop of mayonnaise on his plate and took a big old spoonful of mayonnaise thinking it
No.
was vanilla pudding. And
Oh.
needless to say, there
I'm
was no second
so
bite.
sorry.
I mean, I can think of worse things to put a spoonful of my mouth in than mayonnaise, but I still would rather not.
No, no, thank you.
Uh, like,
Peyton Pecco.
ah, yeah, we do stupid stuff at buffets. Why, buffets? They're a thing again. We kind of lost them for a few years there, but they're back. And well, I went to buffets, and
Yay.
I went to a buffet in Vegas with Bentai, and went to a couple of them actually. But there's one that was called like the Wicked Spoon or something. That was in the Cosmopolitan. That place was fancy, fancy, fancy. Like their Caesar salads had actual anchovies in them.
Ooh, interesting. I
Yeah.
personally love anchovies on pizza.
Ah,
I got all sorts of hot pizza takes. There you go.
Anchovies on pizza is actually really good, and I've been guessing most people who have hated on it have never tried it, but you got to pair it with the right toppings, like because they're very salty, so you need to have something that balances out the saltiness.
Yeah, true that.
But yeah, a couple of years ago, I was doing a charity stream, and people could put toppings what they wanted for it, and I ended up having a pizza with anchovies, bacon, pineapple, jalapenos, and sausage, and it was actually really, really good.
Okay, okay.
Because like the
Ah,
pineapple, we're like,
nice.
pineapple on pizza, but the thing is, the pineapple was paired with things that were very savory, spicy, and salty. So they actually balanced out the pineapple. Whereas most people just have pineapple with Canadian bacon that is a sweet meat and just tomato sauce. So it's like you got three different kinds of sweet that don't play well together and don't balance each other out. And that's why people don't like pineapple on pizza, because they only ever had Hawaiian style.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. About a month or so ago, I had a bit where chat ordered a pizza for me, and they got to vote on what the toppings were. And what were they? It was sausage, pineapple, and what those yellow peppers, the banana peppers,
Yeah, banana
pepperoncinis,
peppers.
whatever you call them.
Pepperoncinis, yeah.
Yeah, and it was very good. That flavor combination of the peppers and the pineapple and the
Yeah.
sausage, it all just fit really well.
Yeah, yeah. Those are flavors that complement each other. So yeah, pineapple on pizza, it's just like, yeah, I'm in favor of it. You just got to pair it with the right other toppings. And Canadian bacon ain't it, fam. Sorry. Just, I don't really like Canadian bacon on pizza anyways. I think, I don't know, it's weird. I don't know. Never been a big fan of Canadian bacon. It's the least of the meats to put on the pizza, if you ask me.
For me, the least of the meats is pepperoni. I think it's overdone and too spicy. I don't like spicy stuff.
Yeah, I saw you commenting in there when I was talking about the noodles being banned. Would have killed you. So you can't handle spice, huh? But you could handle the Mountain Dew, flaming hot Mountain Dew.
It wasn't actually spicy.
It really
just
wasn't,
like I said, it had like sharp carbonation and a weird flavor, but I would not have called it spicy.
Now, would you ever do like a spicy pepper challenge on stream as a charity thing?
Oh yeah, only if it was like a really, really high stretch goal that I would be confident that nobody would be able to get to.
Yeah.
No, definitely not for a normal stream.
I did that on one, but I like the really, really high stretch amounts were like the crazy peppers that I might die from.
Oh no.
But we didn't hit those levels. I think the spiciest I had to have was a Thai chili. I didn't quite make it to habanero. But I had the habanero purchased. I was ready to do it. I like spicy food, though. I think... But spicy food is one of those things where it's like, I love it, but I understand why other people don't like it. And some people certainly are more sensitive to it than others, where it's just like a little jalapeno could make them go, wow, where to me it takes like habanero level. And so I get it. But I just like how spiciness brings out the flavor in other foods. It like opens up your taste buds and makes other flavors taste more vibrant. But that's the thing with spiciness. I don't like spicy just for the sake of spicy. Like those noodles, they don't have much flavor to them. They're just spicy. They're not that good. Whereas like if you have a spicy like curry, you know, like an Indian curry or something.
Oh, to say that! Oh my goodness, yeah, Indian curry. Like, I hate it when it's spicy, but when it's not spicy, I'm like, something's missing here. Doesn't taste as good, even though I'm not dying right now.
Well, look, Indian cuisine has become very, very popular in the land of bland, aka England. So they've found ways to make Indian food that is very, very flavorful, but not spicy. So, yeah, you can definitely get yourself like a mild coconut curry.
I mean, it's in England. How flavorful can it get?
That's the thing. Well, they say that London is home to the greatest restaurants on the planet. They are French, Italian, and Indian restaurants.
Hey! Nice. I like that one.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're over here. I like that one.
Yeah. I know, it's so hard to get the orientation proper.
You're good.
I mean, I think the greatest invention of British food is the Scotch egg. You know,
I haven't tried that. What is it?
it's a hard-boiled egg that you then encase in sausage and deep fry.
Oh, sounds so good.
Yeah, so you got
10 out of 10 would try.
Yeah, it's super good, super good. Although you really want to get the egg just barely cooked when you first do it. Like you really want to do as soft boiled as you can, just enough to give it, because then when you deep fry it, it's going to then if it's fully hard boiled before you do that, then you're gonna have a really overcooked egg in the middle. I've had that happen sometimes, but it's so good because you get like that little crispy crust on the outside and the sausage, and you bite it, and it's usually served with honey mustard.
Ooh, okay, okay.
It's real good. Yeah, look for
what was that called again?
A Scotch egg.
Okay.
Yeah, not made in Scotland. Maybe someone in London invented it. Because, but isn't it just Yeah, I've always found that food is a topic anybody can talk about. It's one of the most universal things out there, isn't it?
Well, yeah, because we all gotta eat lest we perish.
Yeah. Do you cook much?
No,
No,
I am
not a.
terrible at cooking.
Uh,
Absolutely.
it's one of the, I mean, have you ever wanted to try and learn how to cook? Like take a cooking class or something? Or
Not
are you just
really.
just happy
Well,
having simple foods at home you can microwave, air fry?
kind of, yeah. My fiance Calmage, who's another VTuber, is trying to get me to cook more. He keeps giving me recipes
Drink
like,
some
"Hey,
water.
you should try this and see if you can cook it." And I cook it and I ruin it. And he's like, "Don't worry, we'll try another recipe." And so he's working on me, but it's a long journey because I am so bad at it.
We gotta drink some water right now. We gotta drink water, redeem.
Do it, chug the water.
Yep, I'm drinking Mountain Dew.
Nice.
I actually drank some water in real life. Don't worry. Yeah, it's okay. Like, my girlfriend doesn't cook either. She's tried, but she's just not that good at it, and she's just like, "Can you just cook, please?" But it works out great for me because I get to do the cooking, and she's like, "Well, I'll clean up. Let me do the cleaning since you did the cooking."
Hey,
And so
nice.
I love that someone else takes care of the cleaning, and she likes cleaning. I mean, I don't mind.
It's a
cleaning
win-win
either.
then.
I mean, cleaning sounds like a pain in the butt and it's tough to get started, but once you do it, you kind of get in that zen-like focus and you just get stuff clean, and then afterwards you're like, "Hey, my place is clean." Cleanliness.
Yay.
Yeah.
And you didn't have to lift a finger.
Look, I've seen some VTuber holes that people have posted for streaming
no.
setup. That's a horror stream right there. That's keep your place clean, folks. Throw your garbage into the proper receptacles. You just do it every week, and then it never piles up and becomes overwhelming.
Do it.
Do it. Oh well. So let me ask you a little bit more about your streams. What is a typical? I mean, other than your Mountain Dew streams, what does a typical Nebulux stream look like?
My favorite video game is Warframe, so I usually play that every Sunday. So this week, since this is happening on Sunday, I kicked it to earlier in the week, so I did it on like Friday or something. But yeah, once a week we got Sunday Warframe going on. And then other than that, it's just video games. I usually choose a couple video games and play them until I've completed them, and then I move on to another video game. Like, currently, I'm working my way through Super Mario Odyssey and Custom Robo, which is a really old GameCube game.
I know Custom Robo. That game was great.
Oh! Based! Nice!
Yes.
It is a good game. I think I'm almost done with it. We're getting there. We finished story mode, and now we're on the arcade mode, where we have to go around and do tournaments. But yeah, it's a good game. But yeah, I used to do Muscle Mondays on Sunday, which was where I have Ring Fit and full body tracking, and you can watch me dying from exercising because I never exercise ever. Except I stepped on the tracking dongle and broke it.
Oh no!
And so yeah, getting a replacement, and those will be back up soon. But in the meantime, everyone has been very disappointed that there's no full body Muscle Mondays happening.
Yeah, I wanted to get like a full body tracker thing and do Beat Saber on stream. I thought that would be
Ooh,
fun.
that sounds fun. Heck yeah.
I haven't played Beat Saber in a while though. I bet I can get better at it. I was always okay. I've always been good at rhythm games, But yeah, I've never played the Ring Fit. I never had a Switch. But
yeah, it's the opposite for me. I have a Switch, but I've never had the VR.
Yes. Well, VR is very expensive, and you got to have a lot of space for it. It's like I love it, but I understand it ain't everybody's thing, and plus, it sucks that so many people get motion sickness from it. Do you think you'd get motion sickness? Or
I've tried VR before, and I don't think I've gotten motion sick from it, so I think I'll be good.
The big thing with VR is that oftentimes, so motion sickness happens when the inner ear has its sense of balance and movement, and your eyes have your sense of what's actually going on in front of you. And if those are sending contradictory signals, your brain's like, I don't know what's going on here. I'm gonna make you feel nauseous. So like your eyes are telling you that you're moving, but your inner ear is saying we're standing still, and so that causes just like a conflict in your brain that is like no. And the same thing happens when people get motion sickness on boats and stuff, because they'll be like inside of the boat and visually everything is standing still, but their inner ear is saying we're moving a lot, and so people get sick. It's when those two things contradict. Yeah, it's like...
I had a lot of experience growing up as a kid with that, or getting sick in the car because I'm reading in the car. So I'd throw up and I'd keep on reading.
Yeah. Apparently I saw somebody made like these goggles that help cure motion sickness in vehicles and stuff. And what it is, it's like glasses that have like a ring that has water in it that's like half full. So as the things move, that water moves with the movement, and so thus you don't get this. It gives the signal to your eyes that you're moving that matches the signals from your ear that you're moving, and thus gets rid of the contradiction in your brain that causes the nausea.
Interesting.
The only problem is that these glasses make you look like a huge honking dork, but they work. Oh
well,
yeah,
I mean, if you've got a VR headset. Yeah, yes. If you've got a VR headset on, I mean, you already look like a dork, so a little extra isn't going to hurt.
These are goggles to wear when you're, like, on a boat, or in a car, not when you're playing VR.
Whoopsies.
Those are to do the things when your eyes say you're standing still, but you're actually moving. That's how they help with it. Because it's your visual cortex see movement. Yeah.
Okay.
They say, like, if you are motion sick, like on a boat or a car, just looking outside can help fix it a lot. Whereas, like, that's why so many people get it when they're reading, because stationary eyes, that's why reading causes it. Yeah. Today, this has been the Science Corner with Corvus Twig on motion sickness.
Yay!
Look, I'm a dork. I like science stuff. You're space themed. You like science stuff. You like
science. I love science.
Do you like space and astronomy?
Oh, heck yeah. So I became an astronaut in the first place. I love learning about space.
Good.
It's so cool.
Good, because I'm expecting you to do very well on the quiz later.
Nice. I can embarrass myself.
Yeah, there was one thing that you had mentioned in a little questionnaire thing that I was kind of interested in. It says that you do stamp carving.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you do that a lot? Or is that
not as much as I used to. But yeah, I used to do that quite a bit. I don't know if I've ever talked about this on stream before. But yeah, I'd get pieces of rubber that you can usually find in like craft stores, in like the lithograph section, because you could like what is it? You can make designs and then print them on t-shirts. So it's supposed to be like fabric printing stuff, but I just grab the rubber and I hijack it for stamps. But yeah, you just draw a picture in pencil, and then you like rub the pencil onto the stamp, and then you carve out the spots that are not covered with pencil, and then yeah, you can have a little stamp, and then you have like little ink pads, and you can make all sorts of cool things. And there's a thing out there called letterboxing, where you go online and you find basically a treasure map. It's a list of clues and directions, and you go out into the wilderness and you follow the treasure map basically until you find where a little box is hidden out in like some national park or whatever, and then
See, that sounds like geocaching.
Yeah, exactly. It's very similar to geocaching, except inside the box, there's a little logbook and a stamp. So you take your stamp that you've made, and you stamp it in the box's logbook, so that anyone who comes by afterwards can see that you were there, and they can look at the stamps of all the people who've been there. And then you take the stamp from the letterbox, and you stamp it in your own logbook, so that you have a collection of all of the places that you visited. So you get codes, you get treasure map, you get hiking out in the wilderness, you get finding buried treasure, and then you get a stamp design at the end of it. It's pretty fun. And yeah, very similar to geocaching. In fact, I think a lot of the times, if a geocache is near a letterbox, who are geocaching will find the letterbox and they'll take the stamp because they think it's
Oh
the
no!
reward.
No, yeah.
But no,
Yeah.
that's very different.
Leave a trinket, take a trinket. It's very much part of geocaching, but yeah, not a letterbox stamp. That's I can definitely see that being a problem. But yeah, I'm gonna check and see if there. I mean, that's a really cool idea. I could see myself getting into that.
Oh, okay. Well, if
I
you
like hiking with a
genuinely do want
purpose.
to.
But now that
All
just
right,
makes
I'll
me
go-
like, God, I gotta bust out my geocaching app. I haven't done that in a while. That'd be fun.
Nice. Yeah, the website is atlasquest.com. It's a very old website, but
Cool.
it's still updated very regularly. Oh,
Yeah,
hello,
about Mountain
Calmage.
Dew Doritos this afternoon. Worst thing I ever had. Yeah,
Yeah,
look, Mountain Dew may go well with Doritos, but I don't think the flavors should intertwine.
Yeah, it's a Baja spicy mango. I'm meant to eat them on stream, and I forgot. So next time I have a Mountain Dew tasting stream, I'm gonna eat those.
All right. Well, this has been a great interview, but it's
Yay.
8 o'clock, so you know what time it is, folks. It's time for the most important segment of the day. That's right, folks. It's time for Bird of the Day.
Ooh,
Let me just get the slideshow up. We're heading...
the suspense is killing me.
The suspense is killing you. All right. Heading over to Bird of the Day. All right, here we are. Bird of the Day with my guest, Nebulux.
Hello,
And,
everybody.
Nebulux
Nice to
was
meet
like...
you.
I always ask my guests, what kind of birds do you like? What would you to get ideas for Bird of the Day? And Nebulux said, penguins!
Yay!
Well, I regret to inform you that our Bird of the Day 1 week ago was the rockhopper penguin, and I ain't going to do
Aw,
two penguins
man.
2 weeks in a row. I'd love
That's
penguins
fine.
too. Look, penguins might be the most universally loved birds on the planet. Everybody, who
Really?
doesn't love a penguin? I mean, right? Right? I've never met anybody who's like, nah, I don't like penguins. Penguins suck. Everybody loves penguins. They're just goofy little guys. But last week when we were talking about penguins, we were talking about Argentina because the rockhopper penguin, lives in the southern coast of Argentina. And I was like, ooh, rockhopper penguin. They should make that the national bird of Argentina. Well, they didn't. They didn't make the penguin the national bird of Argentina. I think they dropped the ball on this one. But I looked up what bird was the national bird of Argentina, and that bird was the Rufus hornero. And that's our bird of the day today. Look at this little guy. Look at him. He's a little happy little guy sitting on a branch. He's just a
He
cute
looks
little
very
guy.
grabbable. Like I could reach out my hand and just like fit it around his body and eat him.
I mean, if you could catch him, yeah, you probably could. I think so it's like this aspect ratio seems off. All right,
I like
well,
this comment. We have brown bird at home.
we have brown bird at home. Well, yes, these guys are very brown birds. They are not the most beautiful bird in the world, but I think they're cute. I mean, come on, look at that little guy. He's cute.
It looks like a toasted marshmallow.
Yes!
Desire to eat it increases.
Oh, gee, please don't eat it. It's probably protected.
Okay.
But they are 7 to 8 inches long with a 9.5 to 10.5 inch wingspan. So if you're wondering, like an American robin, they're about as big as an American robin, weighing about 1.1 to 2.05 ounces. The males are typically going to be about 10 to 20% bigger than the females. So not a lot bigger, but in general they are. And their lifespan is going to be between 6 to 9 years old. Now, of course, you see they are a little perching bird. 3 claws up front, small in the back, little round body. That's your typical bird that makes over half a bird species, so it is, of course, a passiform. In the family Pharanidae, the Pharanius rufus, I don't know too much about that family. Cute little songbird is really all you can say. Now, as you see there, they live, primarily in, like, Brazil and Bolivia and that country that's south of Bolivia. What's that country there? Is that Peru? I think that might be Peru. No, wait, that's not, wait, no,
I
Peru's
know
on the
Peru's
west.
in South America somewhere.
Well, this is South. I mean, South. God, I don't know my South American geography that well. What country is that?
I know Brazil's the big one.
Yeah, everyone knows Brazil.
And Chile exists.
Yeah, Chile is that very thin strip country on the west coast there.
The one that's hogging all the beaches.
And then Argentina is the slightly bigger one to the right of that. So as you can see, they do occupy a pretty good segment of Paraguay. That little small country between Argentina that's totally covered in green. That's Paraguay. And then the really small country south of Brazil is Uruguay. Yes. But I was right that Bolivia was the one on the upper left. And yes, Peru is to the left there. That's it. That's our South American geography lesson for today.
Yay.
Yes. But yeah, I suppose if you go to Rio de Janeiro, you might see a few of these guys flying around. Quite possible. But yeah, even though they're only in about half of Argentina, Argentina decided to make it the national bird. Of course, Buenos Aires, the capital, is within that green region. So there you go. There you go. What I think the coolest thing about these birds is their nests. Now look at that nest. That ain't a collection of sticks. That's a little mud hut. And these huts are a mix of small grasses and twigs and packed mud. And the thing is that these will become almost entirely enclosed. So this one's under construction. As you can see, they work as pairs to make these. The males and the females are like, let's build a beautiful home together. And so you can see here, these two are working together to make themselves a nice little nest. And the nickname for their family, of the family birds are in, are called oven birds. And because their nests end up working like little ovens. So, they will lay on their eggs to incubate them. But these nests actually contain and hold heat, and they're very warm inside. So they can actually leave their eggs unincubated for a little bit, and the construction of the nests will actually keep those eggs warm. So they don't need to have a parent constantly sitting on them. They just need these little hot little ovens to keep the eggs nice and toasty warm at all times. Really kind of brilliant. But the other benefit of it is that it's more enclosed, so it also protects it from predators. So pretty clever nest building there. And they're just so cool. I mean, they almost kind of look like a hornet's nest, don't they, or something? Like almost like a big insect nest. But no, it's these birds making these cool little mud ovens. Very cool. Very cool.
Very adorable.
Yeah. And the mating pairs, they will usually stick together for a few years, and sometimes they do mate for life. It's not super well known, but they have seen, like, a banded one will be like a different one from year to year or something, but they have also, so it's like sometimes they mate for life, sometimes they don't. So I guess they're about as monogamous as humans. Some of them stick together for life, some of them get divorces and start a family with someone else. It happens. But when the eggs are laid, both parents will trade off doing the incubating, although usually the female will do most of the incubation during the day, and then they trade off at night. But once the babies are born, both parents are going to go grab food and bring it back for the little ones. So we got good dads. Good dads, good moms. They're very good. And then each season, they're going to have 2 to 4 eggs per clutch. Usually only one clutch, but sometimes they'll have a second one. And the young will typically stay with their parents until they're about a year old, in which case they'll go off and try and find their own mate. But yeah, they'll hang out with their parents through the winter season, which, since it's the Southern Hemisphere, that's going to be... So they do most of their breeding starting in like November, December, and then their wintering season is going to be, now. But, Argentina doesn't get quite as cold and snowy, especially in northern Argentina and Brazil where these guys live. They don't really have to deal with harsh winters, so they don't migrate. They are a non-migratory bird. They tend to stay pretty close put and leave their parents once they're like, honey, you've been with us for a whole year. You've grown up. It's time for you to go find a nice mate. I think that's what happens. But in bird
Sounds about right.
We got a video.
Ooh, a video. Nice.
Yeah, I like videos. So, here they are walking on the ground.
Aww.
Grabbing mud. Like I said, they like to grab mud for their nest. So this guy's good here grabbing materials. Muddy little strings of grass. Such a cute little guy. And it's kind of hard to tell the difference. Can't tell if this is a male or a female because their coloring is very slightly different, but you really have to have a trained eye to know the difference. And my eye is not trained on it. But as you can see here, here's them just adding little bits of mud to their nest. It's really quite fascinating how they do this. I mean, they're making a strong clay thing, and they don't even have a kiln. They don't even have a kiln. Hey, bird, there's some tasty snacks crawling along the, why don't you eat some of them ants? It's a tasty snack for you.
It's real busy. It's focused on its job. It'll take its lunch break after 2 hours.
I mean, I just think it's so cool how birds will just become so focused on building something and how good they are at it and how elaborate some of these things are. It's just so cool. Yes, I was saying tasty snacks because these birds primarily eat insects. They are insectivorous. They will occasionally eat like seeds and nuts and stuff, but their primary diet is bugs. You know, be it spiders or ants or beetles or, you know, whatever little bugs they can grab their little beaks around, that's what they're going to go for. And being up in the tree like that, yeah, sometimes the food comes to them. Another interesting thing about it is that there's a lot of species of bird where really only the males are vocal, but both the males and the females of the Rufus horneo are quite vocal. They will chatter and chirp and, you know, they're not exactly sure all of it. I mean, obviously some of it is warning of predators nearby, maybe telling of food things, but they do have, you know, some complex songs and stuff. Not as complex as other birds, but, you know, they're pretty good at it. They're pretty good. They are chatty little birds. They're not the best flyers in the world, though. Their wings really aren't that big compared to their body size, so they use flight mostly to get up into trees or to go from tree to tree, but they're not going to do any long-distance flying. They're not going to, like, fly for miles at a time or anything like that. A few hundred yards, really, at most. They prefer to spend a lot of their time right on the ground. They like to, you know, hop around, find their mud, find their bugs. You know, when they're scavenging for bugs, being on the ground. Being on the ground is good. Hello, Buddy Style. Welcome, welcome.
Hello. Hello.
But yeah, and oftentimes, so they will nest up in tall trees and put their, you know, build up their nests up there. But once the babies are gone, they don't roost up there. You know, of course, you know, if you know Corvus Twig facts, you know the difference between a nest and a roost. Nests are for laying eggs and raising babies. Roosts are where they sleep at night. And oftentimes, those are the same place. But these guys prefer to roost in the ground among very tall, like, reeds. So they, like, hide themselves in grass and stuff like that. And will sleep down on the ground rather than being up in their nest. So I think that's kind of neat. Seems a little dangerous, but hey, seems to work out good for them. Now, one of the reasons, like, you know, that they became the national bird of both Argentina and Uruguay, yes, Uruguay, which we were talking about a little there, is because they are considered an omen of good fortune. It's one of those birds where, like, you know, a lot of cultures have seen them and like, hey, that bird is, when you see that bird in the morning, that means you're going to have a good day. And I can see why, you know, it's a good, happy little bird. How could you not see a happy little bird like this and be like, I'm going to have a good day. I'm going to have a good day. And I am also happy to report that their numbers are pretty stable. They are not seeing decline in numbers at all. Therefore, on the endangered species list, they are a species of least concern. So we always love to see that. We always love to see animals that are, I mean, obviously they face the same threats as, well, every other animal on the planet, but they seem to be adapting pretty well. I'd say the biggest threat to them is probably overuses of pesticides, which kill off their food. Pesticides are real bad for birds, folks. Yeah, it kills the bugs, but it's not good for the birds. It's not good for the birds. But yeah, my thoughts, up until a week ago, I had never even heard of this bird, but I was pretty happy to learn about them. Their nests are especially just so cool. And, you know, yeah, like you said, they're like toasted little marshmallows. They're pretty cute. So now that I've taught a little bit, Nebula, what do you think? What do you think about them? What do you got to say?
I mean, I think the ovenbird ankle is really cool. Like how their little nests retain heat for the eggs, even if the parents aren't there.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was pretty cool. I
Sorry.
thought it was cool how they tag team taking care of the eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and again, toasted marshmallows, very grabbable.
Yeah. A high-tier bird? Yeah, I mean, look, I got a soft spot for all cute little passerines, you know? And they're not... What?
Go ahead.
Well, I was just saying, it's just like, they're not like gross, dirty water birds, you know, like petrels or gulls. They're just cute little guys doing their thing.
Not related to the bird, but your presentation of the bird of the day, like, that was way more in-depth than I had expected. I've learned so much about this bird. I'd be able to repeat facts to people. You've what is it? Impressed it upon my memory.
Well, this is like Bird of the Day 190. So if you want to learn about more birds, check on over to the Corvus Twig YouTube channel, or if you are watching on the Corvus Twig YouTube channel, hit like and subscribe because we'd love to have these videos get. But yeah, you want to learn about birds? I've done almost 200 birds. In presentations just like this one. Yeah, that's right, Hasio. We're getting real close to 200, and I'm almost wondering if I might be able to time it really close that my 3-year anniversary stream might be Bird of the Day 200. How cool would that be?
Nice.
Yes.
Some good bird facts here.
Oh, we got some good bird facts. We got all the best bird facts. Although, just be warned, like the first 50 or so aren't as good. You know, I hadn't quite, I had to get in my stride a little bit. You know, it's evolved over the years.
Okay.
Yeah, I do have enough for syndication. God, that's right. God, how many hours worth of Bird of the Days have you done now? It's just like, have I done as much as Breaking Bad? I don't know. My episodes are shorter. All right, well, we're going to call this
Make
Bird
a
of the Day
YouTube series about them. Just like take the clips of all the Bird of the Days. Oh, wait, is that what you're saying you do have?
Yeah, no, I have a playlist on YouTube of every Bird of the Day. You can just do the playlist and go. Yeah. I actually haven't done the rock pigeon yet, but I'm kind of holding it. There's a special guest who's a podcaster who did a story about rock pigeons, and I'm waiting for him to come on, and I'm saving Bird of the Day for when he comes on. So, I know, it's unbelievable. Like, you haven't done rock pigeons yet? Nope. Haven't done cockatoos yet? I mean, I haven't done... There's some pretty... I haven't done the ibis yet. The trashiest bird in all of Australia, I have still not done yet. So, there's some... Look, you can't do big-name birds that everybody knows every week. Sometimes you have to do the Rufus hornero. And, look, we learned about a bird that nobody's heard of. At least, outside of Argentina and Brazil and Uruguay. But
yeah,
now we know about it.
It's a top-tier bird.
That's right. Oh, yeah, I did the kookaburra. Wait! No, I haven't done the kookaburra! I gotta do it. I gotta do the kookaburra soon. But for now, we gotta get back to the studio. We got more stuff to do. We got more Sunday Dusk. One of these days, I'm gonna remember to mute the intro music. Ow! I was hit by a bentato. It's bentai, if you were a potato. Which sometimes he is.
I have the stream muted. I'm listening through Discord.
Okay.
So if there's shenanigans happening...
Well, you saw him fly at me. It's just more tits.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, well, we have a game for you to play.
Oh, yeah.
That it is...
I promise not to cheat.
Well, I mean, this is one where you could easily Google the answers very quickly, but I really want you to... And people will want to play along. So this is, in a manner, it's a multiple choice one. Because realistically, there are only 8 options for every single answer here.
Planet names, perhaps?
Indeed.
Hey.
So, this is the Moon Quiz.
Yay!
Here's what's going to happen. I am going to show you a picture of a moon and tell you that moon's name. You then must tell me what planet does that moon orbit.
Okay. Jupiter. All. Final answer.
I mean, to be fair, something like 90% of the moons in this solar system revolve around either Jupiter or Saturn. So
yeah.
but you don't know necessarily which one.
All right, all
But
right.
do you
I
think you
will
know your
try.
moons pretty well?
Not particularly.
Well, like I said, your only options are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, or Neptune.
All right.
Because Pluto is not a planet. Sorry, folks, it just
No.
isn't. It's a planetoid. We love Pluto. We respect Pluto. But based off the classifications, it is not a planet. Because if you're going to call it a planet, then there's literally thousands. There's either 8 planets or there's thousands. Sorry. Or maybe 9, because there is that mysterious Planet X.
Bum, bum, bum,
Planet X is kind of
bum.
crazy. Like, you know about Planet X. I don't need to tell you about it, right? You know all about it, right?
A little bit. It's been a long time since I've heard
Yeah.
people talk about it, though.
Well,
But I do remember learning about it.
Basically, we've detected its gravitational pull, but we've never actually seen it. So, like, we know something's out there causing a gravitational pull, but we just don't know where it is. It's cool. All right. Anyway, are you ready for the moon quiz?
Yeah, let's do this.
All right.
Nail
you
every question.
Can, first one, can you name the moon? Can you name, this is the moon, the one that's pictured here? You know, planet that revolves around?
Earth.
Okay, there you go. We're off to a good start. That was just practice round.
Yay! Aw. No
Whoops.
scores.
All right, first one. We got Phobos.
Oh, Mars.
Oh, of course it's Mars. Of course it's Mars. Gotta start with an easy one. Everyone knows
Yep.
Phobos. It's not a very round. It's really feels less like a moon and more like just a really big asteroid that got caught in the gravitation of Mars. It's so lumpy. It's like a potato.
I have Warframe to thank for that knowledge.
Yes. Well, my buddy Dreyfrig is huge into Warframe. You should play with him sometime.
Nice. Oh, wait, no, I take it back. It was John Carter of Mars. He's always going on about Thuvia and Cluros.
Of course.
Never mind.
Of course. All right, second one. Callisto.
Oh, a lot of asteroid marks on that.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is like the acne-ridden teen of the moons.
I don't know, and I'm going to guess Jupiter because it's near the asteroid belt.
Going with Jupiter. You would be correct. Jupiter. Now, I believe this was named after Callisto Flockhart, who played the what was that TV series in the 90s?
Oh, really?
No, that's Callista Flockhart.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure all of the moons of Jupiter have some sort of naming theme to them. If only I could remember what it was. Is it like demigods or something? I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of Greek and Roman names that are coming up here.
Yeah.
All right, Dione.
Ooh, I do not know this one. Let's go with Shot in the Dark. How about Saturn?
Saturn is correct. There you go. 3 for 3.
Like, he's not going to do 2 Jupiters in a row, is he?
Here's the thing, is that Jupiter and Saturn have a ton of moons. I didn't use... This is not every moon. There's only 20 moons in this quiz. So I tried to spread it out as much as I could. But, Titania.
Oh no. Oh no. I don't know. Should I go with Jupiter or should I go with...
Honestly,
Uranus?
most of these... Yep, I say there's 8 possible answers, but realistically there's 4.
I'm gonna go with Uranus.
Wow, you got it! Very good, very good.
That one was also due to Warframe. Oh no. Oh no. All of my space knowledge comes from a video game.
Hey, it's okay to get knowledge from video games, you know. Europa.
Oh, Europa. This one is Jupiter. Because
This one.
everyone's always talking about Europa.
Yes, Europa is one of the...
chances of life on Jupiter.
Europa and Io are the 2 moons that are most likely to have life, we think.
Yeah, like frozen water or something.
Yeah. But yeah, Europa is one of the 4 Galilean moons, and actually one of the 4 moons that I've personally seen through a telescope. One of my buddies had a real nice telescope, and Jupiter was in a really good position, and we were up north, way away from the cities and stuff. We looked through it, and it's like, yep, there's Jupiter, and you could just barely see 4 little dots to the side of it. And it's like, oh, that's so cool.
So cool.
Yeah, it was really neat.
Oh, I remember I saw Saturn through a telescope once and all. That is a core memory there.
Yeah.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah. Isn't it weird to know that like the rings of Saturn have only been around for like 15,000 years?
Really?
Yeah. Like, there are cities that are older than the rings of Saturn.
Really?
Yeah, like some of those like old Babylonian cities that somehow are still around. Yeah, it's crazy.
Nice.
All right. Phoebe.
I think Mercury.
Gonna go with Mercury. Okay. I'm sorry, this is
No!
one of Saturn.
Ah! No! My first loss.
Hey.
Hopefully the last.
You're 5 out of 6. That's still pretty good. Especially for... I always say to my guests, it's like, don't feel bad if you get things wrong in these quizzes, because you had no idea what the topic of the quiz was, and you had no ability to study, and... Yeah.
That's okay.
Ganymede.
Trivia.
Ganymede's one of the coolest looking moons. I love this picture of it.
This one is probably Mercury.
You're gonna say Mercury, okay. No, Ganymede's...
No, it's Jupiter! No! I knew that immediately as soon as you clicked the button. No, because he was the cupbearer. Ah, that's right. Like Zeus kidnapped him or something. Ah, no, this was
disappointed in you.
This is a rookie mistake.
Yeah, you know what your rookie mistake is?
No.
Maybe I don't know if I should give you this clue or not. Mercury and Venus don't have moons.
Oh, they don't?
Yeah, they don't.
I know Venus doesn't. I thought for sure Mercury had.
Mercury
I guess
has
not.
no moons.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, I got a cheat sheet.
All right, Titan.
Oh, that one's Jupiter.
No, it isn't. Titan is the largest moon of Saturn.
Oh.
Oh, you started off so hot. Now you're starting to slip. It's tough. It's tough because you know of Titan. I know you know of Titan, but just remember which is that around Saturn?
I knew it was the biggest moon around its planet, and I guess I've misremembered.
It's also the most dangerous planet to go to in Lethal Company.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. All right.
Nereid
or Nereid or Nereid.
I'm gonna go with Neptune.
All right. Yes, because we hadn't had a Neptune yet. Were you thinking like we haven't had a Neptune yet? That sounds right.
No, it's because Nereid is a water thing, and Neptune's known as being the water, god of the seas.
Yes.
So I'm like, oh, water theme. Let's go with that.
All right. Io. We were talking about Io
Jupiter.
earlier. Yeah. We all know Io is Jupiter.
Whoopsies. Gave it away.
Io kind of looks like a piece of moldy cheese.
I was thinking it looked like a
bacterial
gold. Or a golf ball that's really old.
Yeah. Nev, we are watching The Expanse.
I haven't seen The Expanse.
If it's CGI weirdly scaled, it's probably one of the ice giants. Cactus. Yeah, it was hard to find images that were consistent, because a lot of them had like these cool images like Io and Titan had, and others are this. Miranda.
Miranda. Saturn?
Gonna go Saturn? Right.
Okay.
Sorry, this is around Uranus. Uranus.
Okay.
The other planet with rings. They're not as cool as Saturn's rings, but I still think they're pretty cool. All right. Triton. Not Titan, but Triton.
All right. I'm going to go with Neptune again.
Going with the water theme.
Yeah.
Well, you You thought right. You thought right.
Okay. Slowly making it come back. Very, very slowly. Oh, what the?
Amalthea.
Amalthea.
A potato moon.
It does look like a potato. I'm gonna go Jupiter.
You're going Jupiter. Well, you would be correct.
Because it looks like an asteroid, and it's probably just a really big asteroid.
Pretty much is a huge asteroid. Ow.
Hey.
Can I eat the potato? You can try.
Oh, Fig, hello.
Yeah, we know
friendly
them.
face.
Yes, we know them. All right.
Hyperion.
Oh, I got a head pat. Gotta get my head pat.
Hyperion.
Hyperion. It's another little lumpy potato of a moon. You're gonna get Saturn?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Locking in Saturn. And you'd be correct.
Woo!
All right.
Nice.
Good job. Good job. Saturn's got so many moons. So many moons. Oberon.
Oh, this is Neptune. No. Uranus. This is Uranus.
Okay.
Uranus.
All right. You are right.
Okay.
Look, you said to try and keep the swearing down. I'm the one who's saying Uranus. You're doing the other pronunciation.
Oh,
so.
whoopsies. Should I not? I don't know. That's what I grew up with.
Yeah, I know.
Uranus, then. Well, see, but then that one sounds like urine. So it's like it's a lose-lose situation either way.
That's true. Thank you, Bentai, with the Futurama reference. We stopped calling it Uranus years ago to stop those silly jokes. What do you call it now? Eurectum.
There's a book that I have a redeem for a bedtime story where I'll read a chapter of this book. It's called Larklight, and it's Victorian sci-fi where it's like outer space is like the ether, and you can like survive in it, but just barely and stuff like that.
Nice.
And they're like, oh, as any good Englishman knows, to call it Uranus would be so uncouth. Its name has been changed to Georgium Sidus. I'm like, okay, well that's a mouthful there.
I mean, they should have just gone with the Greek name. I think. I don't know. What is the Greek equivalent to Uranus? Is that Apollo?
No. That's Hades. I think. Right? No. Hold up. Let me look this up.
Oranos, the primordial Greek god personifying the
dang it.
sky?
That works.
Ouranos. Ouranos. Yeah, he's like one of those old gods. Like,
Man, the Romans really didn't even try when they copied their homework.
I know, right? I mean, Neptune's a fine name for Poseidon, but I was almost expecting Uranus to be like Zeus or something, or Apollo, but it's what it is.
No, Zeus is Jupiter.
That's right. Yeah, I knew that.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that. Mars is Ares. Venus is Aphrodite. Mercury is Hermes. Earth is Gaia. I don't know. Yes. All right. Next one. Deimos.
Oh, this one's Mars.
Yeah, I knew you'd get this one right away. I had to do the two moons of Mars.
Yeah.
Phobos and Deimos. Yes. Beautiful moons. I love that picture of Mars. I'm sure it's been digitally edited,
It is
but
a beautiful picture.
Yeah. I love
That always disappointed me when I would look at pictures of galaxies or something. I'm like, wow, this is so pretty, and it turns out it's like that was like the spectrogram picture where it's like each color is a different element or something. It's like, boo! This isn't what it really looks like.
I know. Like, our nebulas actually just mostly white, and you're not. You shouldn't be as colorful as you are.
Oh no!
Look, I see some of those pictures of nebulas are like just the most amazing things out in space. Like the Pillars of Eternity, Horsehead Nebula.
Oh yeah,
those are some of the coolest pictures out there.
Mm-hmm. I have a real life NASA picture of a nebula, or I don't think it still is, but for a long time it was saved as like the background to my my BRB screen on my on my Twitch page. So that's yeah, I really like space. Except clearly I'm failing this test.
Well,
Rhea.
you're doing pretty good. Now, this is Rhea.
Oh, Rhea.
Now, some say that that's what Rhea is. Others would say this is what a Rhea is. But,
Nice.
Rhea is closely related to the emu, of course, not the ostrich. But what planet does the moon Rhea? Probably not named after the bird.
Probably not. I doubt that it's Uranus. Don't think it's Neptune, so it's probably Jupiter or Saturn. Rhea, I don't remember the story. I'm pretty sure it was a female. I'm gonna go with Saturn.
Correct.
Whew. What a relief.
All right. We got 3 more to go.
Okay. Ooh, enchilada!
Enchiladas. Enchiladas. The most delicious of the moons.
Rhea was Saturn's wife. Oh! Okay, I knew it was a female. Let's see. Slatus. Saturn again.
You're going to guess Saturn again?
Yeah.
But would I do 2 Saturns in a row? You're damn right I would.
Nice. You got me double guessing myself there right before you revealed it.
All right. Mimas. Got a real big crater there. Actually, I think this might be the Death Star. That's no moon.
Oh, you're right. That is no moon. Very nice. I will guess Jupiter, though. Well, for the record, I was going to say that before you pointed out the crater.
Well, sorry, I did Saturn 3 times in a row just to mess with you.
Dang it. You got me.
I gotcha. All right, final question. Umbriel.
Shadowy stuff. Saturn!
Saturn again?
4 Saturns in a row!
Would I really do 4 Saturns in a row?
Maybe.
I might. But I did not. This is Uranus.
Darn it.
Well, that is the final moon on the quiz. And
Should have guessed from the low polyness of the picture because it's so far away.
Honestly, I was thinking like, oh, I wonder if you could use it as a strategy and like the really low res ones that are clearly a photograph. I wonder if you could use that to determine if it's one that's further away. Yeah, crappy quality and not ocean themed equals Uranus. Good point, Hasio.
Nice. That is a very good point. Oh, well.
Well, that is the end of the quiz, and out of 20 questions, you got 14 correct.
That's over half. I'll take it.
Yeah, that's a solid 70%. That's a C- on a quiz that you had no idea you were going to be taking and had no ability to study for. So I'd say 14 out of 20, that's pretty good. I think you should be pretty proud of yourself. Except for the one that you... What was that one that you were like... you said Mercury, and then you were like...
Yeah, no, never mind.
You're like a Triton, or... No, it wasn't Triton. It was one of those ones where you're like, Mercury! And then I'm like, no. And you're like, no, I know it's Jupiter! I know it's Jupiter!
Yeah. I mean, as a kid, I never had to memorize any moons, like, in school. So I think this is a win in my book.
Yeah, like, at most in school, you're going to have to know Mars and then the 4 Galilean moons, and that's about it. Like, they're not going to quiz you too much on the moons of Uranus and Neptune. It's just not likely. But, yeah, good job. But now, we're reaching the saddest point of the night. Where we have to say goodbye and call the stream over. But before we head out, is there anything you would like to let our guests or let our audience know, or anything you'd like to plug?
I have a Discord. I try to always plug the Discord. I also have a lot of other stuff, but like honestly, I'm not really active. Like I'm definitely not gonna plug my Instagram that has like, 2 pictures posted there, and I haven't sent a message in like 3 years. But yeah, Discord. I got the Discord.
Yeah.
I got
And
my own stream, twitch.tv/NebuluxEN. The EN standing for English,
yep.
I guess.
If you click her name in the description of this video, it'll take you to her page, and I'm guessing you have links to all your fun stuff on there.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Heck
well,
yeah.
there you go. Or if you just Google NebuluxEN, probably gonna find her. So y'all know how to use the internet. You can find them. So. Well, I don't have too much to plug myself. We got another bird VTuber, Chiako, or something. I can't probably pronounce her name wrong. That's next week, but we got a Twigs Missing Movies tomorrow.
Nice.
And,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
How to Train Your Dragon 2, right?
Yes, we watched the movie
Nice.
last week, and I gotta give my opinions on it now. But
I
we'll
like
have
the
Bon
How to
on.
Train Your Dragon trilogy. It's a good one. Very
Yeah.
well done.
Well, I had only ever seen the first, and so the sequels were missing movies for me, and now we're slowly crossing movies off the list of over 1,000 movies I haven't seen.
Nice. I need to have something like that.
There's a lot of movies, so many
Yeah.
movies. No time to watch them all, but Twig wants to see them, so I gave Dreyfrig a call, and now I'm bringing on my friends, and together we'll view these, so sit back and relax. It's Twig's Missing Movies. Sorry, I had to sing the theme song there. I have a theme song. You gotta have a theme song.
Nice.
Anyway,
Hey, theme songs make the world go round.
we're gonna head out, and, well, we got a member of the Goon Squawk is streaming right now. We're gonna go give Lampy Lamp Devil a little bit of a raid, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening. We will see you all tomorrow night, as well as next week. Same crow time, same crow place. Say goodnight, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Right. Right. It's gone.